Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I am Carrie from Count It All Joy Designs, and I'm joined tonight by Anna, my sister-in-law, my co-business partner, and my partner in crime, and my bestie. And tonight we're going to talk about our custom canvas designs. But first, I'm going to have Anna introduce Heather, who is here from Young Living Essential Oils, and talk a little bit about what she has to offer you. So I'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks, Kara.
All right. Bye. See you soon.
Hey, Heather, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Glad to have you here tonight. So very happy to have you. Heather and I have known each other for years through our church, and she's become a dear friend, and she's here very kindly representing Young Living Essential Oils and also her yoga business that she does with private lessons for folks. So really happy to have you, Heather. I just wanted to share with the audience that Young Living, they focus on all natural personal and home care products. So we're really excited to hear about what that all entails. So if you can just share with our viewers, when did you start working for Young Living, and what kind of motivated you to start going down that path?
Well, thank you for having me, Anna, first of all. I've been with Young Living for almost 6 years now. And when I decided to kind of take a more natural and chemical-free lifestyle, I did a lot of research, and it really came down, Young Living was the standout for me because of, what they stand for, their honesty, their integrity, and really overall their safety, because all of their products are completely safe for everybody in your home, babies, kids, even pets. And honestly, also, Young Living is kind of a one-stop shop, I guess you could say, for my family and I, because they have almost everything that we use on a daily basis.
Oh, that's awesome, Heather. So can you tell us kind of at a high level, what types of products does Young Living offer to folks?
Well, they have a little bit of everything, like I kind of mentioned, but they have baby and kid items. They have items for the men in your life, whether young or father, grandfather even. They have cleaning products for your whole house. They have a pet line. They have personal care and a beauty line. They have cooking, and ultimately they also obviously have essential oils and CBD.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So there's quite a lot to choose from. So tell me about some of your personal favorites with Young Living, Heather, and kind of why they're your favorites, but also share a bit, because I know we talked about how many of those favorites for you tie in nicely with what's going on with the pandemic.
Yeah. So I guess my number one, not number one, but one of my favorites is their supplement line. Busy lifestyle, we're going all the time. We don't eat right all the time, my kids or I. So I feel like their supplements really, are able to boost our immune system and really support all of our systems. So I really like those, and I take some every day throughout the day. Also, essential oils, either with or without the use of a diffuser. Especially during this pandemic, we all suffer, we need motivation. Some of us are tired a lot. And then we have a lot of emotions, I feel like, going on with the pandemic because, we're nervous about things. We're nervous for our family and for ourselves. And
Sure.
sometimes we might kind of get anxious, too, going out into public. So essential oils can really, really work on your emotion system and your mind and kind of just calm your nerves, calm your senses, and help you, get through your day. And
Mhm.
then really cleaning products. They have cleaning products for your whole home. You really could clean with one bottle of their cleaning products, but they do have things for like washing your clothes and, everything in your home. And with COVID, it's better to prevent, all the germs from getting in there. And also with cold and flu season, you really want to, try to use those natural chemical-free products to get all those germs out of your house.
Mhm. Mhm. And I think you were even saying to me those dreaded Clorox wipes that I can never seem to find when I go to Sam's Club. You can even help our viewers and myself included learn how to make those on your own with some of the Young Living products, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I was going to mention that and I forgot. I'm so sorry. How can I do that?
How'd
Um,
you forget my wipes, girl? Come on.
I know I haven't been able to find wipes at all. So I make my own. Since I did even before the pandemic hit, but I use their products and I just make my own with paper towels in my own container. So I would be glad to share that with you or with anybody that's watching us. So
Oh, that's awesome, Heather. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about some really good gift ideas through Young Living that you can share with the audience? And I think you were talking about like how convenient putting together some gift baskets for different loved ones could work. Share a little bit about all that.
sure, absolutely. I can help anybody put together a basket for anyone that they want to give a gift to. So many ideas. And you can put your own little spin on it to make it personalized, to make it, personal from you to that person. But I think of those who maybe have just had a baby. You could do the baby wipes. You could do the bath lotion, bath gel type things. It's all scented with lavender. You could put something together for the man in your life, for your dad, for your grandfather. You could, because they have shaving cream. They also have an essential oil called Shutran that smells amazing for the guys. And you can also use that oil to make like your own beard balm. If your guy's got a goatee or something, you can tame that goatee. And then ultimately, there's like a college survival, basket that I think of when I think of kids going back to school, having to possibly deal with the COVID pandemic at school. So they want to stay in class. You could do supplements to support their immune system. You could do, the cleaning supplies like I've already talked about because, they need to clean too. And then ultimately,
Do they actually clean? I mean, is that been confirmed?
maybe if you give it to them, they'll kind of,
Sorry.
they'll think they need to. That's funny.
Exactly.
Or, some of the females, they might just really, really like some of the shampoos, conditioners, and lotions and soaps that we have. But then, I work in healthcare, so I use some of these products every day. So if you have a loved one who works in healthcare, I can help you pick out some of those items as well. And then, Anna, Mom, we cannot forget us.
Well, it took you long enough to get to the most important part, Heather.
You got to save the best for last. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So for Mom, I mean, we have beauty supplies like makeup and, things like that. Personal care items, like I talked about, the wonderful smelling soaps and shampoos. And then we have beautiful diffusers you can choose from to go along with those essential oils that we talked about.
Oh, cool. Cool. Well, hey, this is a perfect segue for you to show us a couple of the ideas that you might give people as far as gifts.
All right. So first I want to show you the baby basket that I kind of talked about. So this you can get at Young Living, and you can stick a nice little towel in there and a loofah maybe, or whatever you want to put in for baby. And then I talked about those cleaning supplies. This little bottle, it's only 16 ounces, but I moved a couple summers ago. I literally cleaned 2 houses with probably 1 bottle. You only need a little bit, and it goes a long way.
And now also, Heather, that is also the product that you use to make your wipes, your homemade cleaning wipes, correct?
Yes, I use this cleaning supply, and I also put vinegar in it, which is also very natural, to make it a little more pungent. But yes, ultimately, this is the cleaner for everything.
Ah, very good. Thanks.
And then the beautiful diffuser. This is just one option. I love this. I have 3 of them. It lights up 10 different colors, 3 different settings. And then we talked about the essential oils, and we'll talk about the starter kit here in a minute. I know, but I just wanted to show you. You can get these 12 oils in what we call a premium starter kit. And honestly, you could buy a kit and break these oils up for different people in your family or your friends, because there's something for everybody, for sleep, for, motivation. If you have an athlete that needs, sore muscle rubs or something like that.
I love that, Heather. That is a great idea. I really love that idea. That's awesome.
Yeah, so something for everybody.
Yeah, that is very cool. Well, I want to give the audience a chance to be able to see how to reach out to you and how to order product, kind of how to see things on a catalog online with Young Living. Heather's holding up the information that all you folks need out there in viewing land, and how to reach her, and also how to look at the product catalog. First line, you see Young Living's website. You can go ahead and see their entire product catalog. Second line is the ID that you need to put in for basically Heather's member ID to give her credit for the fact that you're working with her. Third line is Heather's email and her Facebook and Instagram handle with Heather Eckstein Honchuk, that you can reach her personally. And Heather's just a great one for not only on social media posting instructional and informational things, but she'd be more than happy, I know, to answer any questions that any of y'all would have. So welcome you to do that. I was very intrigued when you told me, Heather, that you offer a 24% discount on all products once somebody becomes, as you said, a no strings attached member. Can you tell our viewers what that entails?
Sure. In order to get that 24% discount, you would, like she said, become a member, but that member does not mean anything. Once you purchase a premium starter kit, which that entitles you to membership, but that doesn't have to be oils like I showed you. That could be a cleaning kit, that could be a supplement kit, that could be a beauty kit, or it could be the oils kit. But once you purchase that premium starter kit, that day, whatever you purchase, if you tack on to that order or any future order, you would get 24% off all of the products. Wow. So no commitment. If that's one time, one and done, that you don't have to buy anything else ever again. I highly doubt that will happen, but no commitment whatsoever. So
yeah, because you can tell this girl is hooked. Look at behind her on her wall. So yep, she's hooked. So well, awesome on the Young Living piece, Heather. And on a quick closing note, I just want to give you a chance to share a little bit about what you're doing on a yoga perspective, and how you're doing personal lessons for folks online as well.
Sure. So if you're in Ohio or you're ever near the Parma area, I teach 2 classes, a beginner's level class and also an all levels class if you have been to yoga before, at the Seven Hills Rec Center on Monday nights. One's at 5:30, one's at 7. You can feel free to come join me, just drop in. Or I do too offer personalized classes, whether it be in person, I can travel to you, or I can also do them online via Zoom or whatever platform, we decide is most appropriate. So you could work on your personal goals. We could work on, whatever you and a couple friends want to work on, that day. So I would love to work with anybody, love to talk to anybody, and I could talk about oils all day.
Well, thank you so much, Heather. You're just a sweetheart. I love you. Thank you for taking the time to get this filmed, and for being with our viewers today. And everybody call Heather, reach out to Heather. She's amazing, and she will help you out.
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate it.
Be good.
Thanks.
All right, all. So we're bringing Carrie back on to talk a little bit about Count It All Joy with our canvases and our custom canvas prints.
Hi. So before I dive into details about the ability to customize canvases, let me tell you briefly about our canvases in general. So we start with our original photography. So that's photos that Anna or myself take. And then next comes the graphic design. So we crop the photo, we address any color issues, we touch it up, and then the fun part, we add the verbiage. So whether that's a Bible verse or an inspirational or lighthearted saying, or something that the customer provides, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, we have fun with it and design it to be a really unique canvas. So once the design is complete, it goes off to be printed on a gallery wrapped canvas frame. We have created these canvases in mainly 2 sizes. So 8 by 10, we have the most of those. That's a common size for portraits. And 12 by 18, those work better for landscapes or something with a longer Bible verse or phrase, such as the one featured behind me in my Zoom background. We have also created them larger. So we know many people have large living room walls, or are just looking for a focal piece in their home or office. And so we can give you a custom quote for a larger size if you're interested in that. So each design is printed onto archival quality canvas, and then they're gallery wrapped onto a standard 3/4 inch frame. So if you want a thicker frame, we can quote you for a price of a frame that would be 1.5 inches. And just reach out to us and let us know. We'd love to see what one of those looks like. For now, we've ordered all of them in the 3/4 inch frames. So we also blur the edges of the photo. So think about that part that wraps around the edge of the frame that gives it a really seamless look when you hang it on the wall. We just love the look of the finished project, and we've gotten great feedback from our customers on their quality. So these canvases make a great gift item, very unique, or even just, as I said, a piece of wall art for your home or office. Now, if you're looking for a personalized gift for someone special in your life, we can work closely with you to create a custom canvas design. So you would start with a meaningful photo that you provide, or you can choose one of our photos. And next, you'll select the wording. So we have several of our favorite Bible verses that you can choose from if you want a Bible verse and you just are torn about which one. We can work with you on that. Or you can provide one of your favorite verses, keeping in mind the length of the verse will need to work for the photo that you choose. So if you select one of our verses, it will be either in the NLT or KJV Bible translations, and that is because of copyright law. So KJV is not subject to copyright laws, and Count It All Joy has paid for the right to use NLT on any of the products that we sell. So we really prefer that translation. It's very modern and contemporary, and you can see the one behind me. It's an NLT verse from Jeremiah. So you can also provide any phrase or wording. It could be faith-based or it doesn't have to be, just anything that has special meaning to you. And then we'll start working with you, and you have the opportunity to weigh in on the design, including the layout, how we crop it, whether it's vertical or horizontal, and even the fonts that we use. So the process is really simple. Just tell us what you want and we can make it happen. So I want to share an example of the first custom design that we did. This right here came from the craft show we did last summer. This gal requested that we create a canvas with a photo of St. Theodosius Russian Orthodox Cathedral. It's the oldest Orthodox cathedral in the state of Ohio, and really just a piece of classic historic architecture and religion that is meaningful to a lot of Clevelanders. It was even featured in the movie Deer Hunter. So this cathedral had special meaning to our customers' family because one of their family members was a founding member. So initially she was going to provide a photo of the church, but it turned out she didn't have anything high quality. So she asked if we had any photos, and lo and behold, Anna, being Orthodox, actually did have some photos of the church. And this place holds special meaning for her too, as her dad grew up in the Tremont area and is quite fond of this beautiful cathedral. So we shared a few options, and ultimately she selected this photo and provided the Bible verse that had special meaning to our family. So what's really great is she gave us the thumbs up to include this canvas in our catalog of designs. So you can see this on our Facebook page, and it's been a big hit. Actually, the two people who ordered it, they're not Orthodox. They just appreciated the beauty and the part of Cleveland's history that church represents to them. So something else to consider, I know that many of our viewers are active in their respective churches and parishes. And think about this as a great fundraiser. You provide a picture, or we take one of you, of your parish or church building, and you provide the wording that you want, whether that's a mission statement, a phrase, an anniversary message. We can design a canvas or a couple options for canvases, and you can then present them to parishioners and present that as a fundraiser to raise funds for the parish or for a special program. So if someone donates, say $50 or $100, they get a certain size canvas in exchange for their support and donation of the fundraiser. So we would love to work with you on that. Okay, next I'm going to show a couple other custom canvas options that we've done, or designs that we've done. Okay, so this is an example of a canvas that honors a loved one. So you may recognize this woman. This is Anna's mother, Evelyn, who passed away in 2018. So I created this canvas to be a beautiful reminder of Evelyn, and included that treasured Bible verse and the saying that they had, that they said to each other, and the rainbows there that were significant between them. So this is a great way to honor a close loved one that you've lost and have a reminder hanging in your home. I especially love that this is an older photo. and we were able to incorporate that black and white and color. Okay, and who doesn't love their precious pets? This is my dog Bailey, and we have found that these custom canvases featuring pet photos have been very popular. We've made canvases featuring a couple other dogs. Here's one that shows that gallery wrap around the edge. That's the canvas hanging on the wall. And here's one featuring a cat. These are just a very popular way to capture the love that you have for your pet, whether they're living or they've passed on. Okay, now if you're looking for a special wedding or anniversary gift, consider surprising the couple or your partner with a personalized canvas to hang in their home or office. You're probably wondering why you're looking at a photo of a goat. Well, my coworker Karen was looking for a way to surprise her husband Mark on the occasion of their 35th wedding anniversary. Mark is very fond of this goat Joey. This is their biggest male goat, who kind of rules the other goats. They have a couple goats, but you know, we worked together to make this 12 by 18 canvas because, as she said to me, he just loves that goat, and she could think of no better anniversary gift for him. We added this phrase, "All creatures great and small, the Lord God loves them all," which is from a very old hymn. And you know, Karen presented this to her husband Mark on their anniversary, and he was just so overjoyed when he realized it was Joey that he even shed a tear. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of those custom canvas designs, and hopefully that gives you some ideas for creating your own. So a bit about the pricing. Our standard canvas pricing is $29 for an 8 by 10 or $49 for a 12 by 18. This does not include 8% tax if you're an Ohio resident. There's no tax if you're outside of Ohio, or shipping if you're outside of the Cleveland area is also not included. So if you are outside of Cleveland, we will work together with you to determine the cost of your item and shipping method to get it to you on time. Any customization that we do will include an upcharge that we'll work with you on based on how much design work is involved. So if you want to see the rest of our canvases, we have several standard canvases, and I'm going to show you now our Count It All Joy Designs Facebook page. Where we have this canvases for you to browse is right here in photos, and where it says, this is the home page of our company's page, and if you go to photos, you will then click on see all to see all of the albums. And this custom canvases 6 items, that's what I showed you tonight. So again, these can inspire ideas for the holidays for you. And then if you want to see our standard designs, we have this album over here, 8 by 10 canvas prints available to order. And you can scroll through all of these. We're going to be adding more new, exciting designs very soon, which we have in the works. And then there's one more album, the 12 by 18 canvas prints. So you can take a look at these, and maybe one of these will grab your heart and just might be that perfect gift item for you. So we appreciate people who have reached out to us already and asked us to start working on custom canvas designs. We're very excited about that. We know it's important to get these gifts done by Christmas, so you have our word that we will make sure that we get them to you as fast as possible. So if you can join our Zoom call after the last segment, that would be great, or if not, just message us on Facebook. So I think that now we're ready for our last segment, which is going to feature songwriter Art Miller. And Anna is going to come back and interview Art, and then we'll hear one of his songs. So thanks so much.
Hey, thanks, Kara. Art? Hey, there he is. There is the man. Hey, welcome,
Hello.
Art. Thank you for being with us here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always, always. For those of you that tuned in last week, you know that I am the regional coordinator for the Nashville Songwriters Association International, NSAI, here in the Cleveland, Akron area. Art is one of our local songwriters that we've grown to know and love and has become a dear friend. He's a very talented country songwriter and, again, just a really amazing person with an amazing story that I think you're going to really enjoy tonight. So very happy to have you, Art. Certainly, every songwriter has their own journey and why they become a songwriter and why they actually write songs and perform out if they do. Some are looking to get the big first hit, you know, on the country billboard or any genre for that matter. Some are hobbyists. Some just want to be able to play out at local rounds. What really are? Why do you write? Why do you write today?
Oh, because it's fun. I really enjoy doing it. And who knows, someday somebody might hear a song that I've written and want to record it, and I'm certainly not going to stop them.
Yeah, none of us are, right? That's like the thing. That's all of our dream, right? Do something we love and actually make a little money at it would be really awesome.
Right.
So that is awesome. So I want to share a bit with the audience too, kind of where your journey went and led you, because you started out really in the music industry, or music, love for music, I should say, music industry as a very young child, 3 or 4 years old. You shared a love of music with your father, which is really awesome. And at 6, you started and learned how to play the guitar. And your father was a special one. He recognized your special talent at a very early age, and he got you involved in a lot of different things where you were able to perform after auctions and things like that. So people could kind of see you and see your talent. And at 7, which was pretty amazing, he took you to Memphis, Tennessee, to the studio where Elvis recorded all of his big albums. And you recorded actually a 45 with 2 singles, which is pretty awesome. One of which you co-wrote, which was entitled Cotton Patch. And shortly after recording those singles, you had a pretty life-changing experience meeting Ernest Tubb. And for the benefit of our audience who may not particularly be familiar with Ernest, he was an American singer, songwriter, one of the pioneers of country music. His biggest career hit was Walking the Floor Over You in 1941. And that actually marked the rise of honky-tonk style of music. So that gives an idea of a little bit of your influences, Art. But tell us how the two of you met.
Well, when I was 9 years old, I was playing in Nashville at what they called a DJ's convention. And Ernest Tubb heard me sing. And after I got done, he invited me to come and join him at the Grand Ole Opry that night. So when we got there a little late, and he had already started playing. He was already up on stage. So my dad told me to go up front and get close to the stage, and maybe he would see me. And he did. He was up there singing, and he just got the biggest smile on his face. And as soon as that song was over, he says, "Get on up here," you know. And so I jumped on stage, and they turned the house lights up, and there I was standing at the Grand Ole Opry, and it was just a pretty amazing experience.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now that had to be a little bit scary and daunting for a 9-year-old boy, huh?
You know, actually, I don't remember being scared. I guess being only 9 years old, I didn't realize what was going on, you know, what magnitude of an event that was happening to me. So it was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that is very, very cool. And what an amazing experience. Thereafter, Art, you continued singing and playing out around several states where opportunities would present themselves. You actually got involved as a teen in a band. You opened for many national country stars, including people like Buck Owens, Roy Clark, Little Jimmy Dickens, who we all love from the Grand Ole Opry, and Johnny Cash, one of my all-time favorites, which is just, I can't even believe, that's just so awesome. But you did get away from your music in your early 20s because you kind of realized how difficult it was to make a career of it and actually get that first big break. So you went to school, majored in mechanical engineering, got a job in the mill where your dad had been working, and you've been there ever since, 42 years. You married your beautiful wife, Deb, and you had your 3 wonderful kids. So fast forward us 30 years, what brought you back to music?
The kids were all grown, and I had to reinvent myself. So I started writing songs again, and I had heard about the NSAI, the Nashville Songwriters Association. And so I joined it. And once I joined it, I went to a few of their song camps. And being a member, I was also eligible to join a songwriting contest that they had at the Bluebird Cafe. And that was an experience there in itself. Unfortunately, I didn't win the contest, but once I got back to Ohio, I realized that I needed to start performing, and I started going to open mics and playing out and writing more and perfecting the craft.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And the song you're going to play for us tonight, Art the Fight, is one of my favorites of yours. I remember when I first heard it and how much it touched me at one of our local meetings. Can you tell the audience a little bit about what inspired you to write that song?
Well, in June of 2017, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and that really changed my world. So the writing this song was inspired by my journey with having leukemia, and it was good therapy for me too to write down what was going on in my life.
Yep, yep. And I know you had shared when this all kind of happened, and you know, you had no reason to suspect there was anything going on, but you suddenly started having some pain in your ribs. It wouldn't let up. You were supposed to actually perform that night, and it was getting to a point where you couldn't even breathe, let alone sing. So you and Deb went to the ER, and as the lyric in Tim McGraw's song "Live Like You're Dying" goes, how did it hit you when you got the news that you had cancer?
Well, the doctor gave my wife the unfortunate task of telling me that I had cancer.
Mm.
And when I heard the news, it was almost like an out-of-body experience. It was like watching a scene play out in a movie that I wasn't a part of. But I knew one thing, that I wasn't going to break down. And, I just took her hand and told her that, we've got good doctors here. We're going to work with them and figure out a good treatment, and we're going to kick cancer's butt.
Mm-hmm.
So I just tried to keep a positive attitude, have faith in God and faith in amazing doctors that we had around us, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. And lots of prayers. I know lots of prayers.
Oh, yes.
You remain in our prayers, Art. You've been one of the most positive, inspiring people that I've ever met, honestly. There's just never a day where I've ever seen you, no matter what's going on, where you just don't have a beautiful smile on your face. And since even more so, that's the case even with the leukemia, can you kind of share with folks who may also be struggling with health issues or other things, how you keep your positive outlook and really count it all joy, even in with everything else that's going on that can be so challenging?
Well, I figure that you have two choices when you're dealing with something like this. You could sit around and feel sorry for yourself, or you could just sit back and count the blessings in your life. And I chose to count my blessings. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had a few moments where it's been pretty dark and pretty tough, but I think I'm entitled to that. And but I pick myself up and dust myself off, and I get back to being me and just doing the things that I love to do. I've had so much kindness shown to me in my life that because of this, that I can never pay back the people that have shown me goodness and helped me. So I just try to pay it forward.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, Art, too, you said something that really struck me when we were talking about this earlier today. Just with finding out about leukemia for you has been kind of not only the worst, but the best thing that's ever happened to you in your life. Can you kind of explain to the audience what you mean by that?
Well, it's sort of difficult when you hear news like this, but because of how I felt and how I see people approach me, I've learned to get more comfortable talking with people and trying to share the good things that have happened in my life and try to be an encouragement to somebody else that's going through. I've had a lot of prayers lifted up for me. I've got friends all over the world, and people have come to the house to help us. And as I mentioned earlier, I can never repay the kindness. And so you just try to pay it forward.
Yep, for sure. And I know you said that all the prayers that you received throughout this whole process have meant the world to you and Deb, and especially on social media, people that you've only met once just on Facebook, sharing prayers and asking for prayers. And 3 years later, look at you. So I know it's not easy, but we're just so blessed to still have you doing well and feeling well, considering, and so happy to have you with us here tonight, Art, and to be able to share your song "The Fight" with folks right now. So thank you.
All right. Can't believe it's been 5 years since cancer took my dad. And every time I think of him, I cry or I get mad. I took him in the prime of life with so much more to say. He fought until his last breath, and I miss him every day. may forget that fateful call that told me of the news. It was now my turn to fight, the fight I couldn't lose. I knew what I was in for and it scared me to the bone. I'd never seen the world so dark or felt so all alone. I've got so much to live for and that's why I can't quit. So cancer, if you want to fight, a fight is what you'll get. The things I took for granted then are now a precious gift. I know I couldn't beat this on my own. Thank you for the kindness you have shown. Not long after word got out, the calls start coming in. Some from folks I hardly knew, some were from my friends. And out there in the growing light, my God renewed my faith. And in my hour of weakness, that is where I found my strength. I've got so much to live for, and that's why I can't quit. So cancer, if you want to fight, a fight is what you'll get. The things I took for granted then are now a precious gift. I know I couldn't beat this on my own. Thank you for the kindness you have shown. Can't believe it's been 5 years since I kicked cancer back. And every time I think of that, I smile.
Yay. Art, I love you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. I know that was a very personal piece of your story. And thanks for sharing that with our viewers. I hope that that brings some comfort to folks out there who may be struggling with cancer or other serious health issues, and or just any challenges, because certainly with the pandemic, it just makes things all the more difficult to be going through something like that. So we love you. We continue to pray for you, and be safe and be well, my friend.
Thank you for letting me be a part of this tonight.
Thank you, Art. God bless, and hey to Debbie.
Hi there. What a great song. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Art. And thanks to all our guests. Heather, I've been a long fan of essential oils, so it was really great to hear your tips and ideas for gifts for the holiday season.
Yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be looking forward to seeing you next Thursday. You know where to find us, 7:15. So I'm going to let Carrie tell you a little bit about the Zoom call following this call. And if you're able to join us, we'd love to get to meet you guys.
Sure. So some of you know by now that we have a standing 30-minute Zoom call that takes place after each episode airs. So to access the meeting, you'll find the link to the Zoom meeting on our Facebook page, and you will need this passcode to get in, Joy 2020. So that's all one word, all lowercase, Joy 2020. So again, go to the Count It All Joy Designs Facebook page to find the link, and our guests and we will be there to chat with you about any questions that you have, and just to say hello. We hope to see you there.
Yep. Take care, guys. Be careful. Be safe.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week.